folks, Bocephus here. Welcome back. So last week had us advancing on to Act 3 on the outskirts of Baldur's Gate. First camp. There's a lot of talking to do. So we ended it there after we're having a couple conversations. So we're going to pick up now and finish up before resting and then start exploring Baldur's Gate. I've seen them, spoiler videos of him. Had no interest in doing that. Losing an eye. So there's a lot of conversation to be had here. So we'll speak to Lae'zel right after her spurning Blacketh.
It is done. There is no going back. As long as the Undying Queen reigns, I am never to soar unbound over the astral sea, never to cross the one in the void. As it should be. Better a short life built on truth than immortality woven of lies. Better to unite the Githyanki under a prince who would free their minds and honor their bodies. So why do I feel so bitter?
Vlaakith has upended Lae'zel's whole existence. Everything she knew to be true, every plan and aspiration she ever held has been painfully ripped away. Lae'zel's bitterness is born of sadness. She is mourning the loss of the person she once was, and can never be again.
How well you've come to know me. But in truth, she didn't take everything. I have what I have gathered for myself. I'm more to a new regent, a new land, and new allies. Vlaakith cannot unmake she who no longer exists. And so, from the old battle cries is birthed another. Shma Salar Orpheus, Ma Stilna Forgin in Yeri. Orpheus's will above all. May the comet blaze my path forward. Orpheus's freedom is my want and my need. To deny his freedom would be to deny my own. There will come a time when I can think about myself beyond the Lich Queen who enslaves the Githyanki and the prince who would liberate them. But that time won't come until the Prince of the Comet flies again. Vlaakith's left hand and her right. Commander of all dragons, chosen of the Queen Regent. Not since Vlaakith I has a Bart of Vlaakith been anointed. Another empty promise. Only a naive fool would believe otherwise. The kind of fool I was not so long ago. We find Voss at Shares's caress and retrieve the key to releasing the prince. Orpheus Tufki Narsin.
Vlaakith's a fearsome one. The sort it's hard to say no to. But Lae'zel said it anyway, to her immense credit. She's choosing truth. She's choosing freedom. For her, for Orpheus, for the Githyanki people. I wish I knew a good Githyanki cheer to celebrate the occasion, but the only gift phrases I've picked up are the sweary sort. Baldur's Gate is where I first raised a glass in toast at the tender age of 14, and got so tipsy from wine, I puked in Dillard Portier's bushes. It's where the flaming fist chased me after I'd stolen a peach from a cart in the Wide. I got a good chewing out over it too. It's where my father taught me to hold a rapier, to read books of lore, to know right from wrong. It's been 7 years since I left. It's no paradise, but it's home, and it's worth saving.
Soldier, my engine. It hurts. I think this might be it. Soon. Things burning hotter than I knew it could. But look, we've just about made it to the city. That'll do me. Let's go protect it. Whatever happens after that is between me and the so-called gods. Bit sweaty, but up for whatever's next. Ugh. Thanks, soldier. Can't wait to be home. Anything that comes after that is extra.
We just played host to an undying queen. Oh, and that's without our fine silverware.
Lae'zel has courage turning her back on a lifetime's belief. As for us, best we stay out of interplanar politics, I think. Orpheus is on his own. But should Great Vlaakith come to settle a score with Lae'zel, well, I might be convinced to kill her.
Undying or not, she was very loud. You think me lonely? In truth, I prefer travel in a small pack such as this. Unburdened by numbers, we're free to act rather than react. A little like the old days. With allies, every bit as peculiar. Give or take a few tadpoles. Would you? In time, then. Perhaps once you found a rocking chair for me to doze off in. That speaks well of your taste. I've heard my share of bad ballads about things I never did. If you have questions, ask. Just don't expect my answers to rhyme. More than I would like. In my youth, I was a brief and very much unwilling member of a colony's hive mind. I felt the way they think, saw the world as they do. Foul, unnatural creatures who find the foulness in us and twist it to their will. But then, who am I speaking to? You have far more experience than I. I believe you. You remind me of another I knew, marked by forces beyond their control. The gods can grant power or strip it away, but so long as your will remains, you have the only weapon you need. Ask it. It was Baal alone we faced in our time. And, bad as that was, he had no elder brain for a lapdog then. Help won't come from the history books, or from any old tales I can spin you. This is your story to write. There. Have I fulfilled my role as your wise and wizened elder? Don't tell me which. Against all life experience, I will choose to assume the best.
So, Lae'zel's finally seen the light and turned on her mistress. It took a little time, but she got there. Though it's not over yet. Masters rarely let their slaves go without a fight. I won't lie. The thought hardly fills me with glee. Even with my newfound advantages, he's still an incredibly powerful vampire. But he's arrogant, too. If he does hear I'm back, he'll try to take me and expose himself in the process. Then I'll be able to strike. Neither will I, darling. At least I hope you'll come along for the show. But regardless, the plan is simple. Find him, stop him from gaining almighty power, and then really enjoy killing him. And if I can seize that almighty power for myself, well, all the better.
I didn't think I'd live to see the day when Lae'zel turned her back on Vlaakith. But all things considered, good for her. I hope so. So long as I'm willing to stroll right into the Mother Superior's trap, they have no reason to not tell me where to go. Worm's Crossing is a choke point. If I wanted to intercept a new arrival, I'd find somewhere before the bridge, blend in amongst the crowds, and wait. Most people seeking entry to the city will be refugees. I'd look wherever they're gathering.
Glad to see I'm not the only one on the wrong side of an omnipotent authority figure. Lae'zel did well to break free of Vlaakith's manipulations, though I doubt Vlaakith will let such insubordination go unpunished.
If our traveling companions continue to make poor choices, we will soon have every god in this plane and the next hunting us. Lae'zel risks everything with her childish rebellion. Yes. I only know it through history books and hearsay. A city of murder and grief. I expect it will live up to its legend. From the still, dark waters of Lake Donegarten to the black academies of Tierbresh, it is a city of wonders and terror. But it is not my home anymore. If I were to return, I would be denied all of its wonders and shown only the terror. I am a daughter of Menzoberranzan's most ancient and powerful house, the Bainray. I lived a life of privilege and danger. My home was at the tallest point of Cuel Arzol, the place of the nobles, a plateau high above the city's sprawl. I enjoyed every luxury, whether harvested in the Underdark or stolen from the surface, and I survived my first assassination attempt while I still suckled at my mother's breast. I tasted her blood that day. She covered my body with her own, and a blade bit deep into her chest, almost puncturing her heart. When I came of age, she tried to take my life herself, and I gave her fresh scars to match those she earned protecting me. I expect so. If the world were to end, I think my mother would survive to rule over the ruins. She taught me to be resilient and to guard my heart from those who cannot be trusted, literally and figuratively. When I choose to let somebody close, I do not do so lightly. That gives a great depth of meaning to the bonds I do share. You wish to consult me?
Oakfather preserve you.
I think that's it. Alright, I think I haven't sorted through their inventories and stuff yet, so I think I gotta pause it here and do inventory stuff and see what kind of equipment I can hand out. So we'll be back after this pause. Alright. Yeah. Most of these people leave this just laying around. Oops, camp supplies, much needed. Healing potion. Well, lots of healing potions here. Oh, you gotta go back to camp, huh?
it's me. I can't find my mum. She was sick. She had spots on her face and hands. She went to go get some herbs, and she was supposed to come back the same day. That was last 10 day, though. Oh, thank you so much. I don't have anything, and you can't do anything without any coin. I'll pay you back when I find my mum.
Stay back! The place was empty. Keep those thugs away from my family.
Danuvia! Get these spotters out of my house now!
Arthur, sweetheart, you paid me and my boys to be caravan guards, not cattle wranglers. If you want us to get our hands dirty, it'd be our pleasure. But that'll be extra.
I just want to remove these unlawful interlopers from my property.
You know, I find myself in agreement with this guy, but I'm betting this dialogue is going to make him appear like a big asshole. Because I don't care if it's a refugee, I don't care if it's an illegal immigrant. Nobody has a right just to come into your house and set up shop. At least here in the United States, we got the Constitution to defend against that. So I find myself in agreement with this guy, but I don't know what the purpose of this is for. If they're trying to teach a lesson or what.
My point exactly.
They're like kobolds. You let one in and soon the place will be crawling with them. I'm a very magnanimous individual, but this is my home. Either they leave or I'll make them.
I agree with this guy.
What do you mean by that?
Shh, sweetheart. Adults are talking. This is guild business, and we'll handle it as soon as we get paid.
Enough of this bickering! You! What's your proposal? Agreement? Why should I negotiate with the vermin who've stolen my house? I've got nothing to say to them. Old family motto. Never trust anyone who works for free. What's in it for you? I never said anyone needed to get hurt, as long as they get out as soon as possible. But other than that, I don't care what methods you use. As long as you get rid of them, and fast, it's fine by me.
I see you're a charitable sort. Perhaps you have some benevolence to spare for us poor souls. We just lost a load of gold thanks to somebody interfering in our business, you see. And now we're a little out of pocket.
these failed rolls again. I've had some good luck at the end of Act 2, but now it's resorting back to all these failures.
Oh, you know, it's shocking how many people opt for the hard way when the easy way's right there. Any last words? You know, somehow I can believe that.
Fall, damn you.
Consider my hackles raised.
I don't think I want to use any spells or anything like this yet. I don't think.
Forward.
That's a cantrip. Let's see what it does. I've never used it. Oh, I thought I casted the cantrip. I guess I didn't.
Unleash me.
I see so low in initiative. I haven't had initiative that low in a long time.
Shouldn't have made me your enemy.
I thought I casted the. That's twice I've done that.
I think I could go another round.
Okay.
What fools these mortals be.
You know, I'm probably going to camp. Or anything else major happens. I lost my. Where'd it go? There. Well, that was underwhelming.
For the fallen.
The witching hour.
You've made a grave mistake.
Well, he really don't like Jaheira.
Lest I sit down for a rest and not rise again.
He really don't like Jaheira.
Ready.
I don't fancy their chances.
To get me started. What are you calling this?
If the guild come asking, I'll be making it very clear that you took it upon yourself to kill their thugs. I had nothing to do with it. So you should probably get away from the scene of the crime. Purse? You said you'd get rid of them free of charge. Duh. But if that's what it takes to get them out of my house, fine. Get on with it.
What do you get out of this?
You see, those animals are out of the picture. Can we stay now? Or are you going to turn us next? Same way lots of us did. Trying to get away from the army of the Absolute. If you had the chance to put a roof over your family's heads after being on the run for Torm knows how long, wouldn't you?
I'm saving it. I mean, this whole quest thing. I agree with the owner of the house.
Make it quick if you can. I don't like the way he's looking at us.
You again. Did you need something?
This whole thing is just fucked up. This whole.
What's the word? Can we stay?
Well, at least you get a choice.
I don't want to take charity from some stranger. But I will. For the sake of my daughter, thank you. We'll get going as soon as we've got our things together.
Finally, those awful squatters are gone. I can feel everything unclenching already. Here's your payment, as we agreed.
I get my 100 gold back.
I've got so much to do now, I'd really better get on with it. Excuse me, would you?
Got more? I'll take it. Well, I'm glad the dialogue worked out the way it did because I honestly agreed with the owner. Those people shouldn't have been in his house.
What's hiding here? Swift as my feet can carry me.
Look forward to hearing, man. That guy didn't like to hear at all.
If I hire the refugees, then I get cheap labor and they get coin. It's a good deal for everyone.
If my friend tries to get you to invest, kindly turn her down. She doesn't need encouragement.
I'm not asking for much. Mate, there is so much
that.
wrong with that name.
Nearly there now. You see the city? Up on the hill.
That's why we need to walk just a
About
little
it.
more.
They're stuck here with no coin and nothing to do.
Just
Told you, you're going to hire all the refugees. Just like that.
yeah.
Keep a sharp eye out. Redcaps are on the loose. One's deemed too violent to work. And not one of these circus folk seem bothered by it.
Did you realize the Redcap...
All this kerfuffle over missing redcaps. Yes, we'd caged them due to unruly behavior, but as our redcap cleaners demonstrate, most are perfectly harmless.
The investment to get me started.
Why were these particular redcaps caged?
Dad, what's that monster?
The circus of the last days has returned. See Dryads, Jin, and Dribbles the Clown back with a new act.
The child was poking and prodding them while they were trying to...
I want to see Dribbles, but I don't like the monster at the door.
Please, go ahead of us. My son is a little nervous.
I want to have a word.
I want to see Dribbles.
Stinks of cheese between his piggy toes.
How dare you? What in the hells is all of this?
A necessity, good sir.
The Steel Watch loves pretending sweet Rivington doesn't exist. So we have decided to protect you, dear patrons. No need to thank us. You'll be allowed in once I've done this batch. Next! Hello, hello, and welcome to the Circus of the Last Days, the finest extra-planar circus there is. Oh, this is Benjamin. Say hi, Benji. Meat! Benji here checks all our patrons to make sure none of you are vicious murderers. Can't be too careful. But enough of this. The circus is a place of joy and distraction, so come inside and forget your worries. Not a problem, dear patron. Benji just has to check if you're a vicious murderer. Benji?
Ah! Brain juice smells like piss and iron. No like.
Oh, well, that's a first. Usually I'd allow you in, but in these times, I can take no chances. Move along. No circus for you. Oh, damned if I'm not a sucker for big eyes and a heartfelt plea. Very well. Welcome to the Circus of the Last Days. Have fun and be sure to catch the star of our show, Dribbles the Clown.
Never travels without his friends. Let's go.
I'll come back over here later.
One of our Red Cap cleaners alerted me. Well, he threw a rock at me and said, "Ah!"
If I was a Sharan lookout,
What in the
this
hell
is
was
the
that?
sort of place I'd wait around.
Whatever it is doesn't bode well.
Nearly there now. See the city. Up on the hill.
And I'm sure the Manic will deal with it.
You're coddling these vagabonds and don't give a rat's ass about honest...
Young lady, Shadowheart, a word if you will. I just lost a wager, thanks to you.
Who are you?
Someone who bet that you'd never be foolish enough to actually show your face in this city again. But here you are. And the gold in my purse is soon to take flight. There have been whispers about you, sister. About your faith, your loyalty, your company. I can't help but feel the strangest twinge of disgust as I look upon you. Is it true? Has Our Lady forsaken you?
I know the truth. I know my parents still live. Tell me where they are, and I have no quarrel with you.
I'm afraid the quarrel is unavoidable, thanks to you. Now I must report your reappearance. If you are intent on bringing matters to a head, then seek out the House of Grief in the lower city. Though, if I was you, I'd be very tempted to just forget it all and disappear. You have some form at doing so, after all.
You're coddling these vagabonds vagabonds and don't give a rat's ass about honest.
I wasn't expecting it, but I'm glad to have some company on this journey.
Wasn't she just in this conversation?
Then that's where we need to go. My parents are in there somewhere.
Oh, a little respite does wonders.
Back off and return to your homes. All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have.
Aldarians! Stand with me against this tide that threatens to overwhelm us.
Please just go home. You're ruining a perfectly uneventful posting with this nonsense.
The Flaming Fists are supposed to protect this good city, but they allow trash and vermin to take our homes and goods. Ah, another visitor, I see. Listen, we keep letting the likes of you in, soon there'll be no room left for any of us true Baldurians. Oh, now I've heard you speak. That's very apparent. Please, stop wasting my time.
I'm not paid to debate with civilians.
I honestly think that was somebody else trying to give some kind of political message in here.
I'm paid to take down troublemakers, so don't make trouble.
You know, I love Baldur's Gate and other games, but sometimes it's like trying to avoid landmines if you want to avoid a bunch of political bullshit and ideology, you know, identity politics and all that crap. It gets tiresome sometimes.
Donations? Food, sundries, gold. These poor refugee sods need all the help they can get.
If I actually made that.
Well, if you must, I suppose it saves me the walk. But if you're gonna do it, hurry up. What are you still flapping your lips at me for? Get on with it.
I don't know there.
Stay alert. That's a trap.
My faith protects me.
Hey, something bad happens, I want to get these
Work
people
is never done.
positioned.
Charmed, I'm sure.
I'm going to try this without a stereo.
No one back home will ever believe this.
Need his tools. Hey, something bad happens. Hey, all right.
Who's that rummaging around in there? Show yourself! You have 2 seconds to explain yourself before you're under arrest. What? Those are children's toys. Which means if a child had picked one up... I don't want to think about it. How do I know you're not the one who planted those explosives?
I'll get a flat 2. I know I'd get 2 here. I have to get Jair some different jewelry.
All right, I guess it can't hurt. I'll check up on the rest of the goods. You try and find whoever is responsible for this.
I thought this assignment was going to be dull. No such luck.
I say, terribly decent of you to come over and exchange pleasantries. Oh, how kind of you to say. I have been growing my bristles out. It's something of an art, you see. Salutations once more, old stick. Always a treat to have visitors.
Oh, I think he can look out for himself once he's healed. Then I guess he better get well. And soon.
Alright. Go to camp.
Christine is pretty fun.
Going on.
Hi. It's me, Yenna. You remember me, right? You were really nice to me before, and, my mum hasn't come back yet. She might come later. I don't think she's coming. Could we maybe stay here?
What harm? She's little, won't take up much space, or make much of a dent in our provisions.
Yes! You've got a fire and everything. I can cook really good. Whatever you want. Thank you, thank you.
I'm just a cat. But please, talk to Yenna. Well, why are you so nosy? Nothing good, I don't think. She was so very sick. Maybe she made like a cat and went off to spend her last life. Yenna is my best friend. She's kind. Help her, not me. But please don't.
I brought my own paring knife. Now I just need some ingredients, and I'm gonna make something really good, I promise.
Damn. It can't have been easy for Lae'zel to stand up to Vlaakith like that. But there's nothing that woman can't do.
That's not about to stay about there.
Well, are we ready for the road once more?
Well, hello. What can I do for you?
Well met.
Don't think they got much to say. Oh, Austin wants to talk.
Almost pleasant traveling with company, if you ignore all the less pleasant aspects.
My time is yours. What do you need?
You wish to consult me?
I never quite realized how burdened I was until I met you. The threat of the Shadow Curse, the politics of the Grove. I was forgetting who I was. But you lifted the fog. Thank you. You. I discovered you. I have lived a very long time. I have taken many lovers. My heart does not stir lightly. But it does now. Like I said, I've lived a long time, traveled far and wide. I've lain with elf maidens under the boughs of oaks. I've had a Neelantha pirate claw my back and cry my name until he was hoarse. And I've been to the Underdark. Many times. I want more than to fight at your side, or sit around the campfire with you. I want to lay with you under the stars and feel your skin against mine. I think you feel the same way. Why else would you have been so concerned about whether I had a lover before? But tell me I'm wrong, and the matter can rest. I do not wish to sour our friendship, but I have to know if it can be something more. I understand. And I still cherish our relationship. Still, I could not have forgiven myself had I not taken the plunge. Better to have tried and failed.
Rest up. Definitely need more camp supplies.
Christine didn't clean the cookware, Mother Mona.
Got something going on at camp again already? Okay. I can't keep going back to camp like this, though, until I get some more supplies.
There is work to do.
Need to buff up. Since I run into any more problems.
Wherever we go, ye gods,
Who's
let
you
there
got?
be something green.
But my magic.
No, he don't last long. Sometimes scratches serve a good purpose.
Washing my pits, washing my pits. This is the song when up. Aye! Gonna bloke not get any bleating privacy around here. Bunch of perverts, the lot of you.
Hail, friend. Fine day, isn't it? Forgive me, you're in no mood to talk about the weather. Your journey here was a hard one, no doubt. Is this your first time in Baldur's Gate? A word of advice, then. You might not get as warm a welcome as in days gone by. Used to be you'd arrive knowing you'd a full belly and a warm bed waiting for you. Not anymore. These days, there's barely enough to go around. Add the refugees on top and, well, folk aren't feeling too generous. That might be the simplest approach. Unfortunately, not everyone sees it that way. Some well-to-dos in the city donated enough to see the newcomers right for the time being. Only they didn't bother helping everyone else. Locals going without while strangers feast. It stoked the fire, all right. Some Baldurians are kicking up a fuss round the front of the barn as we speak. If I wasn't wearing this uniform, I'd walk round there and teach him a lesson they'd never forget. What peace? If no one steps in, there'll be bodies piled high in the streets before long. People here have gone soft, living behind the city walls, forgotten what it's like to live one day from destruction. I say we march round there and slit a few bellies, remind them how much worse things could be. What do you say? Tell them! I'll cut out their eyes and make them watch.
So, you're the lick-spittle who crushed the Bone Lord's thrall. Have you come begging, sniffing for our stones? Gortash won't like that. A throat his black hand can't choke the spit from. You'll need to bleed and carve this city if you want to turn him to grave meat. He shivers at the thought. When you find the Lordling, tell him Oren is watching.
So Oren is a shapeshifter. How long has she been watching?
What? I'm bushed. I ran for days to get someplace safe, and then found out I'm last in line to get in, because I'm a hobgoblin. As if I could change that.
What is up with Baldur's Gate and hobgoblins are always evil, mean? Is there something in the lore I've missed over the years I haven't played D&D? Oh. Well, let's see what's at camp.
It is the smell that strikes you first. Spiced ceremonial oils cut through with the copper tang of blood. In the candlelight, Zevlor might almost be sleeping, but his empty eyes stare, his lips slack around a curl of parchment, poking through like a yellowed tongue. A message.
Pretty gruesome.
I brought my own paring knife. Now I just need some ingredients, and I'm gonna make something really good, I promise.
See what everybody has to say.
Desperation is the obverse of wisdom. Zevlor was always destined to fail his people, and to fail us.
I hope Zevlor rests in the softest, sweetest peace possible. He deserved more than he got.
Poor Zevlor.
I never met Zevlor. But the way his people spoke of him. Hatred. But grief as well. For the man they thought he was. He betrayed them. But only in the hopes of saving them. It will comfort the others little to know that.
Even a wet rag like Zevlor deserved a better death than that.
Gods, poor Zevlor. Even good intentions can lead us down deadly paths.
A cruel end. I wouldn't have wished that for Zevlor, no matter his failings.
After all he'd been through, Zevlor did not deserve such a death. It is unsettling to know we have such eyes as Orins upon our party. Sorry, I didn't ask why you sought me out. Do you need anything of me?
Zevlor turned to darkness in his desperation. But he did not deserve a fate such as that.
I do not understand why the matrons, patriarchs, of the city do not open their gates to the refugees. I was not suggesting they be allowed to roam free. They should be put to work. The city needs laborers and fodder to protect it. I am suggesting they be fed and sheltered, and that they work in return. Call it whatever you wish. Perhaps you think it would be better for them to starve or be slaughtered here, while the citizens hide behind their walls.
Well, I misunderstood that. Misunderstood her intentions, but that made sense. Well, I don't know about the fodder part, but what she said made sense. I hope that dead body don't stay in camp the whole time. Let's go.
Christine is pretty fun. Hey, she helped out a bit more.
When Alfera sang us that song.
Now, mind your tongues.
Can't afford to stay idle. Every day.
Let us show them how it's done.
I applaud your taste.
Guess only a couple of pots.
Looking ahead.
How did that song go anyway?
So, you survived. That's more than many of my kin can say. He's dead. Then there's some justice in the world after all. We were in a bad place and walked into an ambush. Our only options were fight or surrender. Zevlor froze. I shook him, demanded orders, answers. But he just stared at me. When the attackers closed in, he woke up and told our fighters to stand down. He wouldn't fight. So we did what he said and surrendered. They rounded us up and marched us to Moonrise. Most of us never marched out again. No need for you to apologize. The news of his death is some consolation, at least. Though not much. We made it alive to Baldur's Gate. Almost, anyway. But I can't complain. When I look at Bex and realize she's safe, it's hard not to weep from joy.
We're on the outskirts of the city with an army bearing down on him. What makes him think she's safe?
We made it through hell. Twice. I know now that as long as Danis and I stick together, we can do anything.
Sorry, Ike, but you're no bard. They got me signed up to learn to make pots, which is dumb. I'd rather learn how to kill cultists. And I bet you'd back me up on that.
Again. Garen, you know the room. We cook your wife.
I'm really worried about Umi.
No, you always smell nice.
Ah! Whatever you need. I can't help you. Even talking is painful right now.
After a quick examination, you conclude that your patient is pretending to be wounded. You wonder why.
Really? This isn't necessary. I'm sure there are other people that need your help more urgently. Shh, not so loud. If those lads find out I'm faking, they might go off on their own. They're not ready for that. And frankly, I'd miss them. I don't really have any other friends. And I like those lads. So I think I'll stick around a while more.
Garen, you know the room. We cook your wife.
And taking their fair shares? We have plenty for everyone.
If won't get us fed and watered.
time.
You remember that spiced apple loaf we had in Waterdeep? Oh, the big one.
If you're here to fill an empty stomach, look elsewhere. Folks swarmed what little was had, stuffing their pockets. Bloody animals.
Take the wood from the cart too. That'll be good for a fire, if nothing else.
That might be worth a look.
We're as desperate as the rest of these savages. They just had the sense to move quicker than us.
As long as we stand together, we can never be truly brave.
I mean, it,
Our people cloud our judgment and almost doomsday. We need strategy and cool heads. And we should end it on our terms, not fortify the camp.
Rechtei Hathran Rust. Frey Valdisk Durovna. Frey Vald Iskablast.
You recognize the funeral rites of the Gur people, famed monster hunters. She's burning the possessions of those who have fallen.
Im Orak. Nete. Krasin. Netra. We would not normally tolerate outsiders at a time like this. The Slayer of Ketheric Thorn. Well, these are strange times indeed. A fine trophy. Perhaps you would like to claim another. A noble goal. I will not ask you to deviate from it, but know that this city holds other dangers too. In the city lives Cazador Zar, a powerful man, a respected man, a man known to host lavish, hedonistic banquets in his palace. But behind the facade, there is a monster. A vampire who has made Baldur's Gate a feeding ground, and his palace an abattoir. For years, his foul spawn have stolen away innocents at night, whisking them back to his palace. Recently, they struck our camp. They took our children, every last one, our whole future. We suspect he holds his victims somewhere below his mansion. And we fear our missing children are among them. We tried to save them and paid a heavy price. But perhaps the Slayer of Ketheric could succeed where we failed. Slay the vampire, claim his head, and free our children. Please. If you do this, our entire tribe will be in your debt. On our honor, it will be repaid. May the gods keep you, and damn your enemies.
Must be exterminated.
Who will stand between them
Nothing less
and the
than-
enemy? And if our children stay there, we do not happen to them as we share your food. We have no we will have to act for all our sakes.
wise.
wipe us out.
Let emotion cloud our judgment and almost do it.
What's that?
We'll find that. I'm missing here.
Before you lies the unconscious body of a mind flayer, glistening and raw.
A newborn. Unattended. How fortunate. Oh, but it is. This one has only just transformed. It is weak, vulnerable. Its potential ripe for harvesting. Go on, kill it. Absorb its power. Just like you did before.
What? No! I've had so little time!
Strike hard, strike fast. Nothing important is ever easy.
No better moment. Always comes to this.
May the dice roll in my favor.
The creature was born recently. Its mind is still fresh. You can absorb its potential if you consume it.
I ain't doing that. Huh.
Watch your elders and learn.
Never a dull moment.
I need to find a shop that has camp supplies or something. Oh, there's a potion of animal speaking.
I wish the cult hadn't burnt our farm, though. At least we got Biscotti out of that burn.
Glad to see you. Glad to see anybody, really. It was a lonely road getting here through those abandoned farmlands, and I'm a sociable sort.
Huh. This is the newspaper I heard about. Can't read any of it.
These clothes make me itch. That's a bigger issue than modesty, dear.
With farmers. What are we gonna do in the city?
Pretty sure they'll need labourers to shore up the walls for you.
You're right. I hadn't thought of that.
Back off and return to your homes. That's an order.
Lord on the rack, give me patience. These protesters keep harassing the refugees. It's horrid. I just hope the Ilmater Temple opens up aid again soon. We need their help here.
Don't pay me any mind now. I'm just trying to make sure everyone gets fed.
You and I have nothing more to say to one another.
File a report, and I'm sure the Manic will deal with it.
You're coddling these vagabonds and don't give a rat's ass about honest citizens.
Welcome, adventurer. I take it you're new to Rivington. No doubt you came here to choose from my fine selection of weapons. Yes, I seem to have it all. Clubs, swords, maces, bows, cutting and gutting galore. Why don't we see if we can find the perfect weapon for you? I provide a personalized service for my customers to make sure the weapon I choose is the perfect fit. Tell me, how do you like to kill? Oh, it's all part of the service. Everybody answers. Go on. Tell me how you kill. I see. Playing to your strengths. Keeping things simple. And when you kill someone, what do you feel? Oh, you're no fun at all, are you?
Oh, still rolling in the muck, I see. Gortash knows you are coming. Knows you have the Bone Lord's stone. Do not let him hiss hot air into your worm-weakened brain. He'll find your weaknesses, stick a knife in the cracks and prise you apart. Unless you get him first. Remember, his throat spits lies, but my blade carves the truth. You will read it on your skin soon enough.
She's toying with me. What does she want?
Where are you? You! Try attacking me when my back isn't turned, you bloody coward. Don't dare lie to me. I saw you with my own eyes, grinning at me like some bloody imbecile. I'm gonna knock that smirk right off your face.
Ugh.
A liar and a thug. It's time someone beat some bloody respect into you.
Feel my mistress's wrath.
Never a dull moment. Hope your soul is in good hands.
Whatever comes, I'm ready.
That was bullshit.
Take two.
I've got a long road ahead. Cursed to put my hands on everything. With haste.
What's the harm in one moment?
Right.
Welcome, adventurer. I take it you're new to Rivington. No doubt you came here to choose from my fine selection of weapons. Yes, I seem to have it all. Clubs, swords, maces, bows, cutting and gutting galore. Why don't we see if we can find the perfect weapon for you? Wonderful, but patience is a virtue. I provide a personalized service for my customers to make sure the weapon I choose is the perfect fit. Tell me, how do you like to kill? Oh, it's all part of the service. Everybody answers. Go on. Tell me how you kill. I see. Playing to your strengths. Keeping things simple. And when you kill someone, what do you feel? You deny yourself the sweetest pleasures. But that can change, given the right circumstances. One more question, if you'll humour me. Do you think you could turn your weapon on those closest to you? You'll do so much worse by the time I'm done with you.
Still rolling in the muck, I see. Gortash knows you are coming. Knows you have the Bone Lord's stone. Do not let him hiss hot air into your worm-weakened brain. He'll find your weaknesses, stick a knife in the cracks and prise you apart. Unless you get him first. Remember, his throat spits lies, but my blade carves the truth. You will read it on your skin soon enough.
She's toying with me. What does she want?
Ah, yeah. You! Try attacking me when my back isn't turned, you bloody coward. Don't dare lie to me. I saw you with my own eyes, grinning at me like some bloody imbecile. I'm gonna knock that smirk right off your face. Well, I'm sure it were you. I'm almost certain. Ah, God's be damned, I don't know. I'd have sworn, but my head's pounding. I don't remember. I need a bloody drink. Go on, clear off. I've seen enough of your face today.
What's the rush, Sob? Can't we stay here for a...
What do you want now? And go down to the bloody shop. I've got work to do.
It would be most pleasing to sleep in. Don't have the control.
There's more than one way to skin a trapper. We'll find a way.
Hi! Want a blade? Or a bow? Or a dagger? Or maybe a spear is more your thing? You look like you know how to use a spear. By spear. What'd you say? Huh? Yep, that's me. Oh, all right. Yes. I just got to find a way to bother him. Without actually bothering him. He doesn't like to be disturbed when he's in the zone, see? Is there anything else I can do for you? Oh, yay!
They got no camp supplies. Well, it's like a good weapon for a Astarion. Wish you could preview this stuff. Well, that's a good set of armor for Carlight, but man, that's expensive. Alright. I'll tell you what.
Want more? Want less? Want to sell? Want to buy? You know where I am. Bye!
Okay. Well, I need to sell stuff. Might buy some of this stuff off of her and do equipment and stuff. So, this episode's been going for a little while. Wasn't too action-packed, but anyway, we'll go ahead and call it there for now. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Be good to yourself. Take care of each other. Be careful out there, and I'll catch you next video.